Ime was saying before how these 3 days are kind of a good chance for you and Derek to sort of get caught up to speed with everything that's going on. How beneficial is it for you, even though you've been here a few weeks now, or back here, I should say, to get kind of up to speed with what he's trying to do and catch up on some of that stuff?
I mean, every extra practice day helps us to just get to know each other better. Like me and Derek just get more involved in the whole system, know multiple like position, every set, and just like get more familiar with the whole coaching staff, system, and everything.
And you obviously spent a lot of time in Boston before this past year, but to go from where you were in Houston, we weren't playing a lot. Obviously, the team was struggling. Obviously, with the way things are going here, I imagine it's been kind of a pretty crazy couple of months for you.
Yeah, I would call like a positive way in a roller coaster. I went really from, like you said, in Houston, not playing at all for a certain point on the season and losing a lot, like coming back here with high expectation. This obviously makes it way easier being part of a winning team.
Thank you.
Daniel, it obviously feels like everybody's having a lot of fun right now. Have you experienced vibes like this in the NBA?
Not particular like I've seen here this year. I mean, obviously winning makes it easier, but it's also I feel like we're all on the same page. Like everybody got his role, everybody knows what to do, how to win games. And we don't have up and down like that many games. Like we had a game with Detroit at home where we lost by 1, or in Indiana where we didn't play well. But since then, like every first half, like we come out every game basically with 150%. Like we've been really go after teams, like and good teams, and we consistent what we're doing on the court. And then also it doesn't matter if there are subs in or not, like who's on the court. Like I don't think the level drops at all.
Who's leading that?
Comes from everywhere. I would say like coaches doing a great job keeping everybody accountable, staying ready. And then also like obviously the way everybody just plays, like with Jason, Jalen, right now with Rob, like Marcus, you saw yesterday he had 9 assists, almost 10 with the last shot in the first quarter. So we share the ball. Like we want to make the extra pass. Like I think 37 assists yesterday, and we, especially Smart yesterday, he had open shots, but he gave up a good shot for like the next guy who was wide open. So I think that's where you can see like we just enjoying like sharing the ball and just winning.
How different is it from the first time you were here? How steep is this learning curve coming in?
First of all, like expectations are always high here. You want to win, you want to make the playoffs, you want to play for a championship. But then also you have the pieces now, and like I said, it's easier if obviously you win. Everybody knows their role, their place, kinda, and then everybody's on the same page. That makes it so much easier just being out there. And I feel like just the whole team, the whole bench, everybody's celebrating, everybody's communicating with each other when maybe things don't go as well. Like last couple of games, third quarters went as well, but we still stayed together and kept fighting through the whole game.
I meant like systems or like with Ime and the new staff and from the last time you were here.
It's obviously a little different defensively. You see, especially like the Theis playing off ball a lot, and then we switching the pick and roll. And then I think that's, especially for Rob, that's perfect. You see how many shots he blocks, just like being a help defender. And everybody knows like defense, somebody gonna make a mistake, but now everybody knows like most likely Rob is right behind them, and then everybody knows it's not easy to finish over Rob, like if the layup or anything else. And like I said, it's just like making up for each other's like mistake if it happens. I think that's the biggest like all the trust is just there. I think that's a big like change, like just like everybody, like I said, is on the same page defensively, offensively, knows what to do.
How big of an adjustment is that for you?
Not as much, because I played with all those guys before for years. Like I said, like Derek, I know everybody, I played with everybody before, so it isn't that big of an adjustment for me to come back and be on the court.
Thank you.
You were mostly in drop or up the touch coverage when you hear it the first time. Is it more challenging to be off ball and have to be responsible for the weak side corner and navigate all that?
It's a little different. Just like you got to read the play and then obviously who you're helping off. But I think all the bigs we have with Rob, me, Grant, Al, like we can play all. Like we can play drop, we can switch. Like we went yesterday after timeouts, we went completely different matchup when the big was guarding the point guard, so we can switch and end up on the right matchups. So I think it's just how versatile we are as a bigs, like in the whole system, just guarding one through five, basically everybody. Pick and roll makes it easier, and then, like I said, like you can be in drop, but then also you got to see who you're helping from. Like when you have guys, some teams don't have a great shooter at your whatever it is, 4-3, whatever, and you can put, especially beginning of the game, Rob on there, and he can be a helper protecting the rim. That changes the whole game.
Then on offense, it seems like you're in the dunker spot more this year than before.
It also depends who I'm out there with. Yesterday I played with Rob a little bit, then there'll be more outside and cutting stuff. But I think it's also just reading. Then you can see how playing at five, and then when JT or Jalen got a matchup, they want to attack, and being flat out in the dunker, obviously, that gives them a layup, or they can drop it off or for the corner three. I think the spacing is one guy in the dunker, gives you more spacing instead of like 5 out.
And when you're down there, are you waiting for a potential drop off? You're just trying to space out and then crash or go for the lob?
Just reading it. Reading if my man goes help, it's a lob or a drop off. If they miss a shot, the rebound position is great. Or like the corner guy helps on you, you get a wide open shot. So that's what I'm saying. Like I think the spacing with one dunker guy is better than like just 5 out the whole time, because like then the weak side can just guard shooters easily.
Thanks.
Where does the block rank for you on your career best?
Probably top three.
Top three. What were the other two?
I would say the one with Trae Young,
Yeah, the game
winning block.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
up there, yeah.
That's fair. What are you thinking as you stare him down a little bit?
I was kind of surprised because John Clarkson is not known for dunks and having jump like this. So I was kind of surprised that he tried to go for it.
Thank you.
Daniel, your first stint in Boston was kind of the theme war on Theis was something that everybody got understood, and it seemed like you just couldn't get a break. Are you being, not to try to get in trouble, are you being officiated differently now that you're a veteran? Or is it the same? It's like, oh man, like I know what's on me. Like,
I don't know. In OKC, I felt like I'm back a couple years ago.
yeah.
No, I think it's just the way we play as a team. By being physical, it helps because we start the game being physical from the first second and not just like different periods of the game. So that's why I think it's like the leash, I would say, it's a little longer on our whole team. You saw yesterday how Smart got into the ball with Conley or Mitchell or everybody else so many times, like what probably like other games or early in the year or last year would have been a foul every time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think just because we start from the first second being physical with everybody, that we set like a baseline for the whole game.
Is that, it has to be a little bit more freedom, just allow you to play more when you know you can be physical.
No, definitely. And I also think it helps me with Grant. So me and Grant battling for who gets the worst calls or most calls in the game. So, I think it's just like I said, it helps everybody, like especially we have so many physical guys on defensive end, and obviously it helps you when you allowed to be a little physical. Then it's also a great preparation for the playoffs, because we know in the playoffs everything goes high, be more physical, and fouls doesn't get caught as easy anymore.
It's supposed to be stealth. I thought. Batman is supposed to be
Oh.
stealth. See him coming.
Obviously, he's battling me for the most. Okay. Thank you.